Hello everyone, my name is Shiloh. Welcome back to Pass the Aux Chord. Brad Taste in Music. You may recognize this man as the person that I stole my entire swag from in my earlier days when I was doing more reaction videos, like a lot more reaction videos, and then got called out on it, and then it was far too late by the time I had noticed just how much influence I'd really taken. Either way, been a fan for a really long time, and he has kind of assigned his listeners here to take a look at Girl with Basket of Fruit by Xiu Xiu and do a little reaction video here, kind of a contest situation going on with it all. And now, I will concede to begin with here, this is not a true blue first reaction in the purest sense of the word. I have not come back to this album in probably at least 4 years, but I have heard front to back before. I've heard all of the songs. However, I would honestly say that I've only halfway heard the songs because I was listening in the middle of a classroom where other things were happening with pretty poor audio equipment, and this is one of like so many albums that I've either been meaning to come back to or meaning to just listen to for the first time for so long. So I figured what better time than the present. Lighting's a big thing for me, just like mentally, and right now the lighting is not how I'm used to, and I'm in a place that I'm not all that used to either, so I'm just uncomfortable to begin with. So let's just make that about 15 times worse. Let's listen to opening track, title track, Girl with Basket of Fruit. Okay. Yeah, these vocals are crazy. Wild lyrics right away in the first verse. I've got the lyrics over here. Oh god, that is so strange. What the fuck? The imagery here is just like the wildest shit in the lyrics. Like, hello? This is so unpredictable, man. I have no idea what's gonna happen. The cinnamon's bun. Oh, that is strange. Oh. I really forgot about the lyrics on this. These are crazy. What? Pointlessly tries to fuck a blue sky. The soundscape on this is like actually amazing. I feel like there's things happening all around me. This is incredibly produced. Jesus. Well, that's certainly a way to start an album. That is an absolutely insane sounding track. The things they're doing to mix electronic sounds, industrial sounds, rock sounds into this just disturbing and uncanny blend instrumentally all throughout this. Some like psychedelic stuff going on in there too. It just isn't really a palette of sounds you can get anywhere else. I feel like it is pretty totally entirely unique. Very uncomfortable, like immediately immersing myself into this. This is just like an uncomfy sounding album. The lyrics on here are some of the most ridiculous, wild, and absurd shit I have ever heard. I mean, a few quotables. Her boob gets so floppy, she uses it as a fan to wave away his sickening BO. Shortly followed thereup by every frog hops right up into her butthole. So that's a thing. I also love that the lyrics seem to just get more unhinged and uncontrolled and manic as we go along here. And the delivery of such like maybe silly, you could say, lines towards the end there with such like fear and anxiety in the vocal tone is just, it's so weird. It's so weird. I love it, but wow, what a strange thing. Next track here, what do we got? It Comes Out as a Joke. Now, I remember this one being really fucking freaky, even in my shitty headphones, so let's run it. Oh yeah, that's uneasy. That's unsettling. Oh god, the way vocals are treated here is insane. Tomato! There's no predicting how words are gonna be said until you actually hear them. Yeah, it sounds like there's just someone knocking on something, like, in real life. That's scary as shit. That sounds really cool. I love that little bit there with the high-pitched vocal. Oh. Oh, that is rough. Jesus. So we have some like really dark imagery all across here. It sounds as if they're talking about a unborn child in the first part here that comes out deformed. But then you have him talking about a great fish head as well. So I'm like, is this a person? Then we go on to riding a tomato on rubber wheels. What are we... What? But like towards the end here, it's like there's a fucking house fire going on during the super scary sounding part of the track. God, dude. That's fucked. I feel like I'm in a house that's like dark and empty, but there's just somebody watching a TV, but it's just static on the screen, and I'm not sure if they're aware of my presence. That's what I feel like listening to this. This is like walking into a room that I definitely wasn't supposed to walk into to make this a little bit more clear and simple. It really feels like some shit I'm just not supposed to hear. Third track, Margi Ve Mu, I think. I don't know what language this is.
Tumors seem high and poison seems like something.
Like the slowest sounds we've gotten on here so far, I think, but still, this is very uncomfortable. Wow. This instrumentation comes close to sounding beautiful, but it's so off-kilter and not quite right that it's still just so freaky. Man. God. Really never know what he's gonna do with his voice. That's some crazy shit. Every time.
Don't look, little sister. Don't answer not the nothings else. Ye oh night off.
Oh, that is weird as shit. Yep.
Bosoms of Abraham.
Bosoms of Abraham. You betcha.
Flowering vines.
There's just such random lines that come in here. I don't know what to do with this.
I am not ready and I cannot accept.
Oh man, the meaning of the song started to set in. I kind of started to get it, and then now we're here. Whoa. This is really cool if it's meant to represent like fleeting, chaotic thoughts, because it's just transporting all over the mix in a really interesting way.
Or in the sandwich, your hairpiece perched upon your head, and now never not blonde.
The phrasing here is wild. Okay, so lyrically, this seems to be one of the more decipherable ones thus far. I know what one of the actual songs is about further down on the track list as well, but this one seems to definitively be about cancer, and I did pick that up. Apparently he is ruminating on his sister's cancer, so also lamenting the fact that they will both have to die someday, apparently. Yeah, so I don't think this is at a point where she's passed away. I don't think that that's what necessarily the song is getting at, but it's talking about the struggle with battling cancer and like watching her battle cancer. I mean, anyways, some like really potent stuff emotionally, despite the really off the wall and unpredictable and wacky lyrics and kind of this vocal tone that seems uncannily unserious at times, but it just kind of makes it hit all the more potently, really. I'm realizing now that my arm is going to constantly be cut off, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll chill with it. I did see an annotation on the cocoa nuts and bananas line on here that makes a lot of sense. The size of tumors are often described as comparing them to fruits. I like that. Yeah, like I do think that despite how ridiculous everything on here is, at a surface glance, if you really dig in, you can probably get some meaning from it. I mean, that first track is just so fucking abstract, though, that I really have no idea what to make of it, heads or tails. Let's run the next song here. We got Ice Cream Truck. Oh, yeah, this one's ringing a bell for me as well. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but I know that there was something about this. Uh-oh, it sounds all crazy again. That's a lie to start with. These vocals are so like front and center. It's disturbing, man. Oh, it's so like dissonant and weird. God, fucking odd, man.
Passed out and will always be passed about. You paid half already.
What a weird line to sound angry. What? Why are we giggling? What's the giggles? I don't quite understand.
Our name, Smirk, Smirk, Smirk.
Those are names. Yeah, those are normal names.
Pat her back. Dunk, dunk. Who is it?
Oh God, that sample in the back there is really doing some things to me that I don't love in a good way. Why is the percussion just like, I don't even know how to describe this. Why am I trying? Smile donut. Okay. Heard the first few seconds of the next track and I am startled. I don't even know if I want to get into that one. This one is somewhat akin to the opener in that it is just wildly abstract, almost entirely unpredictable. I gotta say, one thing that I do really enjoy is his use of what are the words now? Where you use a word and it sounds like the sound that it is. I'm referring to the dunk part on here. Like it's fucking weird, man. Jamie on here, the vocalist, does so much for this sound that is already so strange and abstract and uncomfortable to listen to, like really just kind of tying it all together. And some lyrics on here that just kind of feel like they might be about nothing, but definitely might have some sort of deeper cryptic meaning in there someplace as well. Okay, so the bio here says a song about sex and sexual. I don't know where to get that from this song. But you know what? I'll go back through when I'm done here and just kind of take another peek at these. Yeah, so this is Pumpkin Attack on Mommy and Daddy. Okay, I know I've come back to this one, and instantly just upon hearing those first few seconds, I knew what this one sounds like, and it fucking freaks me out. Okay, let's go. God, this shit's so weird. It's like a club beat.
From hell.
That sounds so realistic. It's like it's in the room. That's so freaky. Okay. This is crazy. What are we doing, man? This is wild. God, it's so loud. Oh. Ooh, that's a nice texture there.
Terrorizes all the kids in the neighborhood.
Oh God. Oh, that sounds so crazy. The way everything's mixed and recorded here is so fantastic. Such a weird fucking sounds. What? This is gonna hit hard, I know it. God damn. That had no right to go as hard as it did. Yeah, like I was definitely thinking that was one of the like freakier sounding songs on the album, but realistically, honestly, I don't know if that's really the case. I would pretty easily still give it to the first track on here if I was going to call one the most disturbing sounding, but then, like I said, Mary Turner is still coming up on here, and that is the song that I'm the most familiar with, so that would eventually change here for sure. Honestly, some of the sounds on that kind of akin to something like Death Grips that I would personally be a lot more comfortable with and is a lot more in my my ballpark, I guess. Really leaning into more of the electronic side of things rather than getting some of the more raw and straightforward instrumentation in there, which I guess is kind of a flipped around version of what was actually going on with the previous track. So that's interesting as well. Kind of getting a real interesting dynamic there. As far as the meaning of this song, this one might be the least easy to decipher yet. Multiple mentions of a 3-legged pig. I did pick up on that. If you wanted to be a human being, then you just have to eat garlic. And then, of course, it was so sweet and so disgusting, you're gonna fuck your favorite sweater was a line that was said in here. And yeah, multiple vocalists here. We also have Elliot Reed. And yeah, I don't know who these people are, unfortunately. So I don't really have any context as far as that goes. But they certainly did their thing. What a strange switch up. All right, let's run it with The Wrong Thing. Just breathing in my ear a little bit, okay. Different vocalist again here, I guess. It's kind of a spoken word thing. I love caterpillars. Okay. There's our guy again. This makes more sense. This sounds like a haunted church. Wow.
Soft in the head with you.
Something actually very peaceful about this. Any sound effects he uses just sound so realistic, it freaks me out. Whoa. Oh God. Holy shit. This sounds fucking fantastic.
Through the sand.
Oh.
With you.
Damn.
All the cubes and squares go home.
Whoa. Jesus Christ. Holy fucking shit, that was wild. Yeah, what do I even say about that? That really just transported me into an entirely different dimension on a few different occasions there. Yeah, the louder bits of that song were just absolutely unreal. Lots of very symbolic imagery going on throughout the lyrics. I guess I don't think that it would be beneficial for me to try to pick this all apart right here and now. There's a lot going on. I feel like there's a lot of just references to like nature in general, some allegories for innocence happening here. I can tell you there's probably very dark themes going on. I mean, that's probably obvious at this point, but still. Well, this shit's fucking crazy. All right. Yeah, Mary Turner, Mary Turner. This one I know is about a specific incident involving a lynching of an African American woman named Mary Turner during the times after slavery, I believe. Like, just kind of, yeah, so I mean, this is just during a period of time in which lynching happened. And from what I remember, it kind of accurately represents the story with how the song sounds. So let's run it. Okay. The fucking bells, dude. Hi, hello. That is absolute chaos. Jesus, his vocals are so weird. This is so dark. Holy fucking shit, dude. Oh, that's so sudden. Oh god, that sounds fucking cursed, man. What on earth, dude? This is so wild. No fucking way. Yeah, I forgot this very gruesome detail was part of the story. There's an extra layer here. Read into it if you wanna. Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, hi. Yeah, you're real close to the mic now.
Fuck your guns. Fuck your war. Fuck your truck. Fuck your flag.
Get behind that. Alright, well, that is one of the darkest, most demented, most disturbing sounding songs, if not the most, that I've ever heard. And I truly think that I wasn't actually hearing this album, if you know what I mean by that at all. Back, several years ago, again, when I did hear this, because it really puts it in a different light when you are able to actually pick apart the intricacies of it, really hear that super strong production, really hear how loud certain things in the mix are, how the vocals are treated. It makes for a completely different experience. Like, don't get me wrong, this album is fucking wild, no matter what way you're listening to it, I guess. But yeah, in the right context like this is something fucking special. Something horrifically disturbing, but special nonetheless. I think that this one is probably the very clearest with its messaging. We've got 2 more songs, so maybe that's not the case, but there is a specific historical incident you can tie this back to, and a time in history that you can unfortunately tie this back to in general as well. It's very specific. It kind of lays a lot out in gruesome detail, and I think that this is the best use yet of how just demonic certain portions of this album sound. What better way to use it, really, than to tell some of the most horrific shit that's happened in history? Wow. Yeah, I'm taken aback by that, listening to it in like a proper context. All right, Scissors with a lot of S's. No idea what this one sounds like. We're back out of the territory that I remember at all again. But I do remember this title. Again, like this is a title that stuck with me, so let's run it. Okay. Instantly, we're just not fucking around with this one at all. All right, just coming at me just like that, huh?
I can't remember who you are.
Oh God.
I can't remember who you are.
No fucking way. This sounds a lot like something I know, and I can't place it. I think it is Death Grips. I think it is a Death Grips song. Just trying to stay grounded in reality somewhat here. Oh, and then it's gone. Okay. Whoa. Jesus.
You are erased.
Percussion choices are just insane on here. I never expecting it. There's gotta be a reason for these names, right? Okay, versions of the names of early blues guitarists and singers. Okay. That's hard. That goes hard. Damn. Okay. Oddly peaceful for a second there.
You would be twice as critical if you lie down there again. A quarter full of candles declaring we need you.
Whoa. What the fuck, man? Okay. Fuck. Maybe the craziest sounding one yet. Really just entirely unpredictable front to back. Like, you never knew where this song was going. If I actually had to sit here and describe how this song sounds, I would have no idea where to begin, because it really depends on which 10-second portion of it you're talking about. I will say that ending with the very hard knocks, I guess you could describe that as, and this just weird as fuck psychedelic sound that kept repeating in there. That was crazy. That was one of the best sounding moments on the whole album so far. Definitely some of the most unique stuff it has to offer, I think, which is, saying quite a bit. Yeah, I know that there's some references to a very specific, homeless shelter, I guess I was reading on an annotation at one point. Other than that, again, I don't really know what to make of what's being written here. Yeah, I don't know. I keep feeling like I'm obligated to say something about how these songs are written, but honestly, I think part of the beauty of it is just how abstract and unintelligible some of it is. So maybe we just leave it at that. Because, yeah, I'm sitting here trying to dissect this, and honestly, I think that would need a minute. I think that needs a minute in a 30-page Google document. All right. Normal Love. I'm sure this song will be just as normal as its title. Wait, actually, why is it kind of peaceful? This sounds kind of sweet. I'm sure that'll change.
Yes. Yeah. No.
The piano here sounds very nice, and the very lo-fi mixing on the vocals matches it quite well. I knew we wouldn't get through the song without some weird shit being said.
I don't cross anything. No,
That is fucking bizarre, man. Okay, sweet. This is a totally different vocal tone, okay? Damn. Damn.
Normal love. I don't need it to be fair. I think I've shown you.
So much pain in these vocals. That's so crazy. Whoa. Wow. Well, that track in particular was really something. It's kind of crazy that that is easily the most normal sounding track on the album. Really kind of tells you what you're getting into with the rest of it, I guess. And it's also strange because it follows up Scissors so closely, and that is probably the craziest sounding song on the album. I kind of take this as the rest of the album being an exploration of the darkest things humanity and the world have to offer, and then this being like longing for something good despite all of the negative things that were either highlighted or the just confusion and fucking cryptic insanity that ensued during the first part of the album. Well, I suppose the rest of the album before this point. I get it. It's just kind of like a slow down wrap up moment as far as the actual pacing of the sound of this album, and like as a cohesive listen, this fits in here super great as well. So much passion poured into the vocal performance here, especially. I do get that from the other Xiu Xiu music that I'm more familiar with as well. It seems like Jamie is just someone who really, really feels his art and wants to put all of his soul into it, and I think that that makes for something incredibly potent and unique. And across this whole album, those are two words I could easily use to describe this. Very interesting listen. Like I said once before, I don't feel like I was actually hearing the album when I was hearing it before, because hearing it with some good headphones on really made an enormous difference in my experience with it, because I remember this being weird. I remember reading along with some of the lyrics and like just being kind of confused with them more than anything, but also a little bit fascinated. And I have, various times came back, mostly just probably through speakers in the past, to some of the songs here, just to kind of, because I was curious of what they ended up sounding like. I can tell you after this listen, it's all going to be stored right up here. I'm going to remember exactly what all of these sound like now. I feel like I've gotten the full experience. I feel like actually giving this the time of day and like chilling out with it on and actually like sinking in all these sounds is absolutely crazy experience. One I would definitely recommend, but certainly not an easy one. It's a very challenging listen. If I wanted to wrap up, maybe like give a favorite and least favorite track here, as far as favorite on here, maybe Pumpkin Attack on Mommy and Daddy ends up being my favorite, but in like a dark, demented, I never want to listen to this song regularly, but I do love this song type of way, Mary Turner is also fantastic. I would argue for that one to be the best song on the album, even if I do enjoy listening to several others a bit more, just because they're a little bit less challenging, especially lyrically. The title track, the opening here, is also super interesting. Such a wonderful track, like very odd. I mean, really, even just like not factoring in any of the lyrical content, I do like Pumpkin Attack on Mommy and Daddy just through its sound the most. If there was another one that was easiest to come back to on its own, it would be Normal Love here. Although I don't really know if you would, just because it seems like a song that makes a lot more sense as the closing moment, as the wrap up for all of this. All right, so my individual track ratings are on screen, so you can take a peek at those if you happen to still be curious. I went through and just kind of got a little bit of a better grasp on all of them to just kind of close things off here. And for a score, after kind of mathing things out a bit, I'm going to go with a 91 on this. It legitimately is just some of that freaky fucking absolutely crazy, very unique, but very potent and strong sounding music that I am such a fan of. I'm very glad that this is a Xiu Xiu album that I've now gotten a little bit more acclimated with. After this listen, this might be actually what I would consider my favorite from them. I really loved their most recent release, actually. I believe it is the one with the bat situation on the cover is fucking crazy. That's a great album as well. But yeah, the name's just not coming to mind right now. It's been a second. Either way, that one's fantastic too. This one's easily on the same tier as it, if not a bit higher, might be a bit higher for sure. Thank you to Brad Taste in Music for giving me a reason to come back to this. Y'all are awesome. Everybody here, thank you very much for sticking in to the end of the video here. If you like what you saw here today, go ahead and drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for more music related content coming your way. I do a podcast every Saturday going over new music every week with my co-host Micah. We sit down and have a little bit of a conversation. So if you're interested in that at all, definitely make sure to check out the channel. Otherwise, I've got more things in store. I can tell you for sure that this album will at least have songs included in a different video that I'm working on currently. This is an actual just like topic based video. Do just stick around. I really appreciate you staying till the end here though, and I will see you next time.